the war between two 40mm equivalent APS-C lenses. On one side we have Voigtlander 27mm f2 lens, a Fujifilm X mount lens, and on the other side we have Ricoh GR IIIx, an APS-C lens with an f2.8 aperture. Which one is better in everyday use? Which one is sharper? Which one will deliver better long-term results for an everyday carry camera? Let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu, and in this video I want to share with you my user experience between using Voigtlander 27mm f2 and Ricoh GR IIIx. So if you are in content like this, please subscribe now to my channel and give it a like. So I've been asked to do this review, and I think it's a fair comparison because we are talking about two lenses, two premium lenses that are delivering us on APS-C a 40mm equivalent field of view. So on one hand we have Ricoh GR IIIx that has a 26mm f2.8 lens, so around 40mm field of view, exactly probably 40mm field of view. On the other hand we have Voigtlander 27mm f2 lens, manual focusing lens on Fujifilm, a pancake lens, and also the Ricoh GR IIIx. It's a retractable lens, but being retractable, it's making Ricoh GR IIIx very pocketable. So let's talk about this, the pocketable factor of these two lenses. Will Voigtlander make a Fujifilm camera a pocketable camera? Well, from my experience, no. It depends entirely of the body, especially. Probably if you want a pocketable camera with Voigtlander Ultron 27mm f2, you will need to use Fujifilm X-M1, a very small Fujifilm APS-C camera. Probably XC1 will do the job also, but it will not be pocketable. On the other hand, Ricoh GR IIIx with this camera will be a truly pocketable camera. This is an advantage for Ricoh GR IIIx that no other camera is delivering in this area, because it's an APS-C pocketable camera with a modern sensor and a modern lens. So regarding portability and how pocketable it's the camera, truly Ricoh GR IIIx, it's winning it by far. Now let's talk about the ergonomics of these two lenses. Well, on the Ricoh GR IIIx you don't have any kind of settings on the lens. On the Voigtlander lens your settings are on the lens and also on the body, but you have fully manual control of your Voigtlander lens. The Voigtlander lens, it's a lens with electronical contacts. This means that the lens will transmit to your Fujifilm camera the EXIF data, so the aperture and the distance that you are setting your lens. Also, this means that your camera will punch in zoom automatically if you do this setting. This is a big advantage. Also, on Fujifilm X Pro 3 you'll have parallax correction. So this is making from your Fujifilm camera a truly workhorse camera in manual focusing mode. We didn't have this option till now. So this is a big deal. On the other hand, the Ricoh camera and lens can be used as effective as this lens on Fujifilm. So if you want manual focusing experience, I feel that the lens and the settings that you can do on the Ricoh body are even better than a Fujifilm camera with a Voigtlander lens. Because on Ricoh GR IIIx you really have what you need to use this camera as a Leica camera. The options, the manual focusing options are very well made. So even if the Voigtlander lens, it's a truly great manual focusing lens with a focusing tab, with zone focusing that it's working. Also on Ricoh you have zone focusing that it's working. You have focus picking, you have punch-in zoom, you have macro options, and all it's working very fast. The lens can be preset in manual focusing by just pressing a button, and it's instantly. It's not like a linear electronical focus motor or a non-linear. No, you set the lens to 0.3 meters and the lens will go there instantly with just the push of a button. You want to set the lens for a zone focusing scale, like from 1 to 3 meters or 3 to 5 meters, to have all in focus, and again, lots of options here. Just press a button or a combinations of two buttons and your lens will be there. You can't do this on the Voigtlander lens. With the Voigtlander lens, you must work with the focusing tab and develop memory muscle. But we have here a small problem. We don't have the 5 meters mark. So again, it's working for casual shooting, for acceptably sharp pictures, but it's not as well made as the Ricoh lens or as other Voigtlander full frame lenses. Again, not a deal breaker, but it's under, I would say, Ricoh GR IIIx when it comes to manual focusing options. So this is faster, this is more accurate if you manage to learn the system and to understand the system. And it's not very hard to understand and operate the Ricoh GR IIIx camera. So I'll give the win at manual focusing options and perfection to Ricoh GR IIIx. For sure, Ricoh GR IIIx with the lens, it's better than this lens on the X Pro 3 body and any other manual focusing lens that we have on Fujifilm. This is really made for this. It's really made for this. I will get immediately to the image quality, but before that I must address the f2 and f2.8 aperture. What does this mean in real world shooting? Well, in real world shooting, I do feel that the f2 versus f2.8 aperture, it's making a big difference in some situations, not in all situations. So for family photography indoors, I feel that f2.8 is not enough. You can get contextual shots without depth of field indoors with the Ricoh GR IIIx camera, but with Voigtlander 27mm f2, you can get some subject to background separation. You can get some bokeh-licious shot indoors and also outdoors. But outdoors, if you want to make portraits, yes, you'll have some advantage with the Voigtlander lens, but also Ricoh GR IIIx will deliver good results depending from the background and from your distance to your subject. But yes, Ultron has the advantage, has the clear advantage of an f2 aperture and an optimized aperture blades for a nice bokeh-licious background, and especially the Voigtlander rendering that it's unique and it's like-alike. Also you have aperture blades that are straight and are giving you sun stars from f2.8. This matters a lot when it comes to the image rendering and if you want something special. Some people are liking the sun stars, some people aren't liking the sun stars. Personally, I like the sun stars, but not in all situations. So again, it depends from situation and from scene and scene. But yes, the f2 aperture, it's a big advantage here. Now let me share with you my impressions about the image quality of these two lenses. Well, both of these two lenses are great lenses, are stellar lenses, very good lenses, no questions asked here. So doesn't matter what lens you will choose, the lens, it's great, it's really great. But in practice, I feel that Voigtlander has a little advantage here, like 10%, 15% depending on the cases, because again, the f2 aperture is making a difference. The Voigtlander lens is resolving the 40 megapixel sensor of X-T5 without problems for my eyes. The details are very sharp and very nice rendered, but also the Ricoh, it's rendering also nice details and nice texture and nice 3D pop and micro contrast. But I like more the Voigtlander lens because it has more character to it. But other than that, both lenses are really great lenses for street photography, for portraiture photography, and so on. They are even better than the X100V lens without questions, so no problem. The Ricoh GR IIIx, it's a better lens than X100V lens. This is for sure. This is not a question. This is not a question. Ricoh GR IIIx, much better lens. Voigtlander 27mm f2, much better lens than the X100V, X106 lens. I will need to test in the future if the X106 lens has some advantage on the 40 megapixel sensor, but for what I was able to see online, no, the Voigtlander lens, it's totally winning it because you have that strong micro contrast. The images that you get with the Voigtlander lens are Leica-like images on your Fujifilm camera. Also, the Ricoh lens, it's rendering Leica-like, but something between Leica and the Sony full frame, I would say. So anyway, great lenses, really great lenses with different renderings, and I can say that Voigtlander is much better. Yes, it has some advantages, but also Ricoh, it's very close. Again, they are rendering differently and they have different purpose and different apertures. But I would not make my buying decision between image quality when it comes to these two lenses. So both lenses are great regarding image quality, but let's talk now about the minimum focus distance, because this could make a difference when it comes to a buying decision. Well, the 27mm Voigtlander lens has a great minimum to focus distance. It is 25 centimeters. The GR IIIx has a 12 centimeters minimum to focus distance and a 24 centimeters minimum to focus distance, depending how you are setting the camera. But if you put Ricoh in macro mode, you have 12 centimeters, double the minimum focus distance compared to the Voigtlander lens. This is a big deal. This is a big deal when you want to take some very close-up shots. So in conclusion, which camera to get, which lens to get? Well, first of all, let's say you don't have any of these two cameras. You don't have a Fujifilm camera, you don't have a Voigtlander lens, you don't have a Ricoh GR IIIx lens. Which lens and camera body to choose? If you want a portable camera, if you want a camera with AF that will be able to take with you everywhere and get you great results in AF, because we must take in consideration that the Ricoh GR IIIx also has with the lens AF. So even if the AF it's not great, it's still there and it's still doing a great job. It's there and it's doing a good job. Not Sony-like job, not Fujifilm-like 27mm f2.8 job, but the job is okay depending on the light. So my advice is that if you don't have a Fujifilm camera with interchangeable lenses, get the Ricoh camera. You will not be disappointed at all. It's a very portable camera with film simulations, with an amazing lens, a great tool in your pocket, a really great tool in your pocket. Also, if you want a wider field of view, you can go for the Ricoh GR III Diary Edition, and this is it regarding Ricoh. But if you have Fujifilm and you have an AF lens and you want to experience a manual focusing lens and you want to add the Voigtlander lens, what you should do? Because the Voigtlander lens has a price, probably half the price of a Ricoh GR IIIx. So if you put more money, you'll be able to buy Ricoh GR IIIx. Well, it really depends on what you want. You want manual focusing experience like on a Leica camera, then get the Voigtlander. If you don't want manual focusing experience like on Leica camera with a manual focusing tab and all the goodies that you have on the Voigtlander lens, yes, you can go with the Ricoh GR IIIx because you will still have a Leica-like experience. The camera will be faster and the experience, I feel it will be better than the Voigtlander. It really depends. The experiences are different. I can't say which one is more effective, but if I'm thinking well, I feel that Ricoh GR IIIx with the manual focusing options and with the AF, it is more effective than a Fujifilm camera with Voigtlander 27mm f2 and paired with an AF lens, because you will need to switch lenses when you want AF. You will need to change how you will think about setting up your camera when you use the Voigtlander lens, and you'll have some problems in that workflow. But with Ricoh GR IIIx, you can really establish a workflow from AF to manual focusing. The manual focusing of Ricoh GR IIIx, it is top-notch Leica-like manual focusing. It's there on the lens. It's really a true digital camera with a lens that can be preset at zone focusing distances from 0.3 to infinity. So what you have on Ricoh regarding manual focusing, it's really amazing stuff there. Other than that, yes, there are some Ricoh problems and different advantages and disadvantages depending on camera and lenses that you can check by watching my other videos. So if you want to learn more about Ricoh and Ricoh versus Fujifilm cameras, please check my next videos. Also subscribe to my channel, give it a like and leave me your comments. Thank you and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.